I am so happy we can officially say it. Hello, autumn. Surely just must sound delicious to absolutely everyone. If you are watching this video on Sunday, the day that it goes live, then tomorrow, Monday the 22nd of September, is the official autumn equinox, which signals the true start of autumn. The autumnal equinox falls at the point at which the day and the night are roughly equal length. So from now, officially, our nights are getting longer and our days are getting shorter. It's basically the day in which the Earth is positioned on its axis so that the sun is directly over the equator, so both the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere are receiving the same amount of sun. So as of right now, hypothetically, our days and our nights are both 12 hours long each. Another fun fact, the equinoxes, not just autumn but spring as well, are also peak times for the northern lights, for the aurora borealis. We also get some really cool moons this time of year. So the full moon closest to the equinox is known as the harvest moon. This year we're going to get it on the 7th of October. And the harvest moon is basically an especially, as far as I understand, it's like an especially bright moon, which people say the harvest moon appears to rise earlier than other full moons. And that was always seen as a bit of a blessing because it allowed farmers to work later into the day or later into the night, because the additional light from the harvest moon would allow them to keep working during the very busy harvest season, which obviously autumn also signals the beginning of harvesting. Okay, why that all came out right at the beginning of the video, I don't know, but that is all of my autumnal equinox, harvesting, moon, sun, geomagnetic storms trivia for you. The next few days are obviously gonna be very autumnal. On the agenda, I'm gonna go out for a walk very soon. We're gonna go on a proper like forest walk. Cameron and I are committed, as I've said before in previous vlogs, to exploring a little bit more of deeper Surrey and just some of like the Surrey countryside that we've got on our doorstep. So we're gonna go for a forest walk very shortly. I've also got a couple of recipes that I really wanna try. This like caramelized onion galette thing that I really wanna make, so we'll definitely do that. I wanna do a bit of a autumnal reset, which basically is more of a home reset. I wanna show you some of my autumnal capsule wardrobe staples that I think are great pieces to stock up on now that will see you through the rest of the season. We're gonna do all the things, okay? Right, let's go find Cameron. We can head out on our walk. Also, I got some new wellies that I wanna show you. 'Tis the season to treat yourself to some new wellies. And mine are very nice. Oh, the golf is on. The golf is always on. Okay, let's pause the golf. And new wellies. And not just any wellies. I actually got these for my birthday. I do have a pair of Ugg wellies, which I would recommend because I really liked them. But the back of the heel, I don't know if I kind of like rubbed it off because of something I did or if, but basically the back of the heel started really rubbing my feet. And that's no good if you want to go on long walks. So these are yet to go on an outing. But I finally got my first pair of La Chemise welly boots. I got the jersey lined ones. They've got this really nice, like kind of check. It's super soft. I'm also amazed by how, like these are like really flexy, which I'm imagining makes them really, really comfortable to wear. I did try them on very briefly. My mum got them for me for my birthday. Oh, nice. You won't be able to see from there. Let me move you down. See them now? What do we think? I thought the jersey lined ones, like these ones, were the most likely to last the longest because I think they can be lined with all different types of things. I wanted something that was like soft and comfortable. Oh my gosh, they're so comfy. I feel like I could walk forever in these. Yay. Okay, new wellies are on. Need to grab a coat. It's a layers kind of day. I've got a cardigan on. Maybe I'll do like a jacket and a raincoat. Need layers, but definitely need some rain protection because the rain keeps coming out of nowhere. Right, let's head out on what kind of feels to me like our first proper autumnal walk of the season. Wellies for everyone. He likes an oak tree.
The leaves are such a good shape, so that I can't. And I think in the sun, like they just look so pretty.
No, we love Cameron's lessons. From our walk, we've actually just poured ourselves some beer. This is the Go Shit, 0.5% or something, but basically like the Go Shit non-alcoholic one. Honestly, it's feeling very, I'm gonna stop saying it. It's feeling very autumnal in here. We've just poured ourselves a little beer. Cameron has prepped yesterday. In fact, I have no idea how to even show you, but we've got these 3 Tupperwares of Cameron is making sourdough pizza bases, or like he's making sourdough pizza dough, whatever
Sourdough
it's
pizza.
sourdough. Cameron is making sourdough pizzas. He prepped the dough yesterday, that's a better way to say it. He prepped the dough yesterday, and today we're gonna turn them into pizzas. We're gonna have pizza for lunch. It's a Sunday for us, so pizza for lunch, beers, and then I know it's completely insane. It feels completely insane, but I think I might light a fire. Like, it's actually chilly in here. Like, it feels cold inside the house. I really don't want to turn the heating on yet, because then that like heats the whole house, and that feels like a waste of money. I really don't want to turn the heating on until October, but I think I could be tempted to light a fire. Look at it sitting there just calling to me. It's calling to me. We haven't lit a fire, well, since last winter. And I think a beer, a pizza, and a crackling fire. I think that's and a movie. Cameron's desperate for me to find a movie. I've been rewatching it. Did I mention this? I don't know if I mentioned this on this channel or my other channel, but I've been rewatching The Vampire Diaries. So that has been like every time I put the TV on, I'm just putting on The Vampire Diaries, and I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed. The rewatch is just as good as the first one. I've rewatched it a couple of times probably, but I haven't rewatched it in years. But I need to find a movie, so we don't just watch that tonight. We're gonna find a proper movie, beer, pizza, crackling fire. Fine, I've convinced myself, let's light a fire, even if it does feel a little bit too early in the season to be lighting a fire, but we're doing it. much. This site just makes me so happy. Our little guys, our little leopards are back in all their glory. I got these brown candlesticks from H&M and I think they go so nicely with the leopards and add just a bit of contrast to the creamy walls. So nice. It does point out even more that like we just really need either an art or I think we're gonna do a mirror in this gap, but we just haven't invested in one yet. We will get one, we will, but oh, it looks so nice. And a fire. Oh my gosh, we are such suckers for a fire. Cameron, come have a look. Yay, it feels like home again.
Oh, nice.
The candles it smells so good.
Wonderful.
And the candles look good, don't they?
Wonderful.
Good morning. I am not feeling my best today. For anyone else that has an Aura ring, I woke up this morning with a 56 score and one of those like minor symptoms warnings, so that is very unfortunate. We have a lot of red going on today, so I'm gonna try and take it easy today, and when I'm not feeling my best or I feel like I'm coming down with something, literally all I want is comfort food. So we're gonna do some cooking. What we're gonna make is honestly so delicious and is one of those things that is amazing for meal prep because you can stick it in Tupperware, take it with you for work, reheat it if you want to, but it's also lovely cold. What we're gonna make is a caramelized onion and courgette galette. I haven't made a galette properly in years. A galette is one of those things that I think has such like a casual elegance to it. It's rustic, it's so non-fussy, it never comes out looking pristine and perfect, which means you can't really go wrong. But there's also something so like refined and sophisticated about a galette, and I don't know what that is, but there is. So I am gonna be making my own pastry for it, and caramelized onions always taste better the next day, which is why this one in particular is so good for meal prep. Like I said, I'm gonna make my own pastry because I'm gonna take it easy today. I'm at home all day. I can do that, I have the extra time. But I have to be honest, those boxes, like the Just Roll especially, pastry boxes that you can get, like the pre-made stuff, honestly that's really good as well. So if you like the look of this and think you want to make it but really can't be bothered with the pastry part, you can just use the store-bought and it's still lovely. It is obviously extra satisfying making it yourself, but you don't need to. Okay, I'm basically smushing together a New York Times recipe and a BBC Good Food recipe. Caramelized onion, cheese, courgettes, tarragon, thyme. Oh, so autumnal and cozy. Right, let's get cooking. It's so good. Okay, I've just chopped up all of my butter into little kind of 1/2 inch cubes. They all go in as well. And then it's kind of like making a crumble if you've ever done that. We just like pinch it all together to form a very rough dough. We're basically making like French onion soup, but with pastry. Which surely just must sound delicious to absolutely everyone. It's definitely like to get your hands dirty. I should have taken my rings off. Basically just pinch the butter into the flour until it kind of feels like a crumble, like a pebbly beach kind of a consistency. About 60 mils of very cold water, like kind of as cold as you can get. We're kind of combining to make a very shaggy dough, like it's not perfect at all. Okay, we've got a little disc of dough. This now needs to go in the fridge for about 4 hours. So it is a little bit time consuming. I think so worth it, and definitely not as time consuming as sourdough. So this now goes in for 4 hours to, I think they say it's for the dough to hydrate. I don't know what that means, but I will follow recipes, and this now hydrates for 4 hours in the fridge. In the meantime, I'm probably gonna make another cup of tea. I'm gonna try and tackle some laundry. Oh, it's so bad. I hate the fact that the laundry is always in the kitchen. We don't have like a separate utility space. So this, oh, it just keeps getting worse. This is what I'm gonna try and do now, and then probably have a sit down. Maybe I'll make myself a Barocca. I'm determined to kick this thing. Whatever it is that's trying to make me ill, no, I refuse. Rest, Baroccas, teas, comfort food. This is your formula for kicking the autumnal. Like tis the season. We love autumn. We love autumn, but it is also the season that all the little colds and bugs and everything start coming back. I say no. Okay, cup of tea. Time to get some of this laundry put away, and then that will also make me feel good. Okay, so we're down to the final hour that the pastry needs to be in, or the dough needs to be in the fridge. Gosh, I'm fading fast, guys. This bug is like trying to catch me. We've only got about an hour left that it needs to be in there, which means in about half an hour I can start prepping the stuff that's gonna go onto the pastry. But I just had a delivery arrive and there's only one really small thing in here. But I have high hopes. Well, there's a couple of things, there's only like one thing that I wanted to show you. Please be good. Yes. Okay, I think they're perfect. So as you guys know, I'm not doing like full-on decorating for autumn, mostly because I don't have anywhere. Well, there's several reasons, but largely I don't do a full switch over of decorations every season because I don't have anywhere to store like 4 seasons worth. Well, I guess 3 seasons at a time's worth of decor. So I just like to do a couple of little things that I can easily pack away. One, I finally found some pumpkins that I love. I've ordered them, but I don't think they're arriving for another few days. So I'll probably show you those in maybe next week's vlog from Sophie Allport. I'll pop some pictures up here of like what they're like. There's one that is like a Sherpa pumpkin, and there's one that's like it's not felt, some other kind of like woven pumpkin. Exactly what I wanted, just 2 little pumpkins, they're perfect. And then I've also got from Sophie Allport, I bought an autumnal apron, which I really want for my baking because I've got a very spring summer apron, but I don't have one for like the wintry season, which seems crazy because you would have thought I would need to be the other way around. There's a few different ones from Sophie Allport that are really cute. I've got the Woodland Creatures one. Again, I'll show you that when it arrives, but just in case you wanted to get them, I don't know how quickly stuff from Sophie Allport sells out, but I just love it on there for some cute bits. I buy Sophie Allport stuff as Christmas gifts often. We got my mum an apron from there last year. They do like really nice Christmassy ones because she really wanted a personalised one. Anyway, so for the kitchen, I'm literally gonna have like an autumnal apron and some tea towels. We've got some like more autumnally tea towels that I'll get out. And then for the living room, I'll put pumpkins out. And the main thing is switching over the cushion covers. And I've been looking, when I say been looking, I have been looking and looking and looking, and I think I have looked at every single shop to try and find 2 cushion covers to swap over for autumn. And I didn't want anything too aggressive, and these are perfect. I literally love it. Is this like I don't even know if you'd call it a paisley, but it's a floral pattern. It's on a very kind of oatmeal-y, natural linen feel, linen effect almost. And I just think it's like slightly orange, slightly red, but the tones are a little bit muted. The cushion covers we've currently got on are these ones from the Cotswold company. Love these, but to me these are very like spring, summer coded. So like these are my spring, summer cushions. And now these are gonna be my autumn ones. And then I do have, to be fair, a separate set that's for like Christmas, but that's just for like a couple of weeks over the Christmas period. I think these are perfect. I can't believe how perfect they are. They're from Zara Home. I don't shop in Zara at all. I really try not to. But Zara Home annoyingly just often has stuff that I can't find anywhere else. And I do think Zara Home is really good. Although I will say sometimes their stuff is quite expensive, so definitely shop around, but I love these. And then these are going to pair with, I've always got 2 green ones, which I think one of them is from Ellen Vale Interiors and one of them is from the Cotswold company. I'm going to shut up, but I'm so happy. I think this is new as well because I had looked on Zara Home before and couldn't find anything. And then I just checked a couple of days ago and saw this, and it's really soft as well. Yay, okay. I am gonna swap these over, and then when the pumpkins come, I can put those out on the fireplace as well. Right, it's probably time for me to start chopping onions like my life depends on it, because we're gonna need to chop a lot of them. In case anyone was wondering, there is other stuff in here that's not just cushion covers, but it's like boring storage bits. Like I've got a new jewelry box that's just like a plain wooden. Oh, it's actually quite nice. I guess in case anyone's curious, I got this box to store some of my jewelry and accessories in, and it's actually really lovely. It's like linen lined and everything. I think you're not normally supposed to have like glass on the top of a jewelry box just because then people can see in it, but I have to be honest, I don't have that much jewelry, and the jewelry I have is not especially high value. So I'm not too worried, but this way it can just be a little bit more organized in here. Cute, that's actually nicer than I was expecting, which is a win. Guys, I burnt it. Today is not my day. I just got completely distracted. And I think the oven was on too hot. I'm definitely adjusting the recipe because I didn't leave it for, the oven is way too hot. Anyway, I think it's gonna taste nice anyway. I hope it's gonna taste nice anyway, because seriously, I don't know how well you can see this. it's burnt. I mean, I don't think it is actually, if I feel the pastry, I don't actually think it is, like it's not crispy. It's not like solid as if it's been burnt, but it's not great. But you know what? It can't go right in the kitchen every time. It can't. And we can't always be guaranteed a win. Okay, I actually think it's pretty perfect. Now that I look at it, well, perfect is a stretch, but I actually think it's pretty good. Like it's not, you can see along here, it's actually not too burnt. On this side, right on the outside, it's a little crispy, but I actually think that pastry looks pretty good. That is so delicious. Oh my gosh, that is proper comfort. This is exactly what I want. When I feel like my immune system is low, the cold is coming on, this is what you want, like proper autumn comfort food. The gooiness of the onions, the nuttiness from the Gruyere. I always think tarragon just makes me think of like, oh, the creaminess from the tarragon, the earthiness from the thyme. This is such a perfect balance of flavors. Whoa. I also think from a produce perspective, right now, like in the transitional period between summer and autumn, it's a bit of a weird time to know exactly what to cook with. Courgettes and onions, they're your best friends at this time of year. Well, there we go guys, not the prettiest, but that pastry is so good. But it actually tastes completely fine. Okay, that's made me feel slightly less negative about it. And the thing I love about a galette, gosh, I need to start making these more often, is because you fold it over, you kind of get almost like a stuffed crust pizza type thing. Like that's basically a caramelized onion stuffed crust pizza. Oh, and then final thing, I don't know if you saw, but I got it out the oven, sprinkled some Gruyere cheese on the crust, put it back in for 5 minutes just to let that cheese melt. This is either so good as like a starter, but like a sharing kind of style starter where everybody gets a little slice for like a dinner party, or like I said, a slice of this in a Tupperware with some salad for such a lovely lunch. Or if you want it for more of like an indulgent dinner, then I'd have this with potatoes. Like I'd just do, what would I do with this? You could honestly do anything. You could do like roast potatoes and make it into like a little Sunday dinner. You could do boiled potatoes and do kind of like a fresher, like depending on the September weather, perfect transitional meal. I'm disappointed it doesn't look a little prettier. That's so delicious. I mean, you can tell I can't stop eating it. I need to just go and eat this. I've nearly finished that whole thing. Yum. Right, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go cuddle up on the sofa for the rest of the day, and I will see you tomorrow, unless I'm more sick, in which case I'll see you the next day. And on the agenda still is a quick rundown of my autumnal capsule wardrobe staples that I just think are really good to stock up on at this time of year. And I also want to get my nails redone, and I'm thinking I might actually do something a little different this time. We'll see if I chicken out on that, but I'd quite like to get something a little bit fun for this time, so let's see. Right, I'm gonna get more vitamins, sit on the sofa, finish the rest of this. I'm probably gonna have like another 2 slices of this, which is probably a bit rich to eat like an actual pizza, but it's so good. It's because the pastry's all like cheesy. Oh, anyway, see you tomorrow. Good morning. I'm definitely feeling a little bit better today. I kind of just chilled yesterday in general, but I cannot know peace until I make something that isn't a flop. Yesterday, I really tried to just have like a day of rest, and it was just niggling, like I can't cope with the fact that I burned that thing or that it burnt. Again, I was looking back at the recipe, definitely needs adjustment, so I'm gonna make it again, probably tomorrow. I don't know if I can wait any longer than tomorrow. I'm gonna make it again, so it's perfect. But in the meantime, I need to make something that's a success. Blame the fact that we're in Virgo season, blame me on being an oldest daughter. I don't know what it is. I can't cope with the fact that it was such a fail. So whilst I was sitting and scrolling yesterday, I came across this reel, which is about 4 seconds long, but to me is like 4 hours long. Look at these. Look at these cookies. Wait for the, oh, look at that. So I now have to make chocolate chip cookies. I think they look absolutely perfect. We've got a recipe in the caption, thank goodness. So I'm basically just gonna try and make these exact chocolate chip cookies, and hopefully they'll come out a success, and then I can feel good again, everything will be right in the world, and we'll have had a successful autumnal bake. I will say I basically ate almost that entire galette in 24 hours. It was really delicious. Just looked terrible. So I'm sacrificing nail time for cookie time, and I'm very comfortable with that swap. Let's make some chocolate chip cookies. Then we'll do a debrief of like my autumn capsule wardrobe essentials, and maybe we'll have to save nails for next week's vlog, which they're pretty dire, but I've decided I want to make cookies instead, so that's what we're doing with our morning. Chocolate chip cookies. Let's do it.
cookie dough is in the freezer. That'll be in there for a couple of hours. So, caveat, I am definitely not like a fashion influencer. I definitely am not someone that like follows lots of trends or like knows what's in at the moment, but I do know what I like, and I do like finding the very best of the things that I like, and quite a few of you have asked for some of my favorite bits. So let me give you a quick rundown of what I think are like the must-have items to just build a really strong autumn capsule wardrobe. I kind of only have a capsule wardrobe. I don't really have much that goes above and beyond this. So let's start with what I'm not even gonna bother showing you. You need yourself a plain white t-shirt, and a great plain white t-shirt. I will link my two favorites. One's from COS, one's from Uniqlo. I alternate between the two of them. Love both of them, and I just have a few of each. And you need your really strong plain white t-shirt because autumn is layering season. So whether it's shirts, jumpers, whatever, you need to have a really strong base to go under all your things. In particular, your cardigans. You guys know how much I love cardigan. I would almost exclusively wear cardigans, apart from the odd cable knit. So I've got a few of my favorites here. My most recent favorite, which I am in love with, which if you guys saw my vlog, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but this one is new from M&M. It is a pricier one of the lot, but I just love it. I think the colour's so nice. I think the big buttons are so nice. Even having like the cute detail of the pockets just like adds a little extra something to it that I love. Again, I'll just link everything that I'm going to show you, so you can grab any bit that you like. But for autumn, I think some kind of brown cardigan is nice, or any like slightly muted colours. I love this like rosy pink. This one is from Cezanne. It's their Gospard. This one is a warm one because it is partly, I think it's partly cashmere and partly alpaca maybe, but it's not itchy, and I'm really fussy about that. And this one is, oh, it's not cashmere at all. It's mohair and alpaca, and it's not itchy. And to me that is crazy that those two, I want to say ingredients, they're not ingredients, but it's not itchy. But I think a muted pink, like a dusty blue, sage, any of those kind of colours are so nice this time of year. And then I've also got like a kind of a, I don't know what you call this either, see I'm not a fashion girl, but almost like a crocheted beigey one, which I also think just goes with everything. I like dressing like tonally in general, but I think autumnal colours, like all the classics, all the browns and the camels, and like the more earthy, nature-inspired tones are what I love. So you want yourself some cardigans to wear over your t-shirts. In terms of bottoms and bases, you want jeans in a couple of different colours. I've got these ones, which are like my light pair of jeans. I've got my more mid-wash blue ones. These are my favourite jeans ever. These need a bit of an iron because they've just come out the wash. These ones are so comfortable. They're the Abercrombie Curve Love. I just think they're so flattering. If you're somebody that has like bigger hips or a bigger bum and a smaller waist, or you can never find jeans, like so often, oh, there's a helicopter. So often I try on jeans, and every time I like crouch, I feel like they give me such a wedgie. These ones are so comfortable. And then you want some cords. I love corduroy. I think adding texture in the absence of adding loads of pattern, which I don't add loads of pattern to my wardrobe, so I try and add texture instead in different ways. I think cords are so nice. Again, these trousers are new. I love these. These are also slightly more on the pricier range, but these are from M&M as well. And this color, it looks almost black on my camera there, but it's not. It's like a really deep chocolatey brown, and these are lovely. And then I've also got some cords from Cezanne, which are the Le Crop, and they are in like the cream color, which I also think it's nice. I think it's nice to have a light and a dark of almost everything. I will say I have been desperate to try and get my hands on M&S do such a nice corduroy trouser. They're wide leg. I think they're so flattering. My mum's got them in a couple of colors. I can never seem to get them when my exact size is in stock in the colors that I want, but they have them in a range of colors. I'll link those as well because they do get restocked all the time. Whenever I check, they always seem to be out of stock in my size, and I miss the restocks. Desperate to get some of those. I think they're also perfect for this time of year. So in the earlier months, like the September months, I will basically wear a combo of all of those things. Plain white t-shirt, cardigans, and trousers, mostly jeans. And then as things start to get a little bit colder, once we start entering October and November, you need a long sleeve tee or like a long sleeve top. These are all different colors of the exact same top, and I am the biggest advocate for this top. It's the best long sleeve t-shirt top in the world. They're from Tala. I think it's their 365, but I'll link the exact one. It's like very lightly ribbed. They are so soft. They are so flattering. Like the body bit is double lined, and every time I wear it, I feel like almost a tiny bit snatched, but they're so comfortable. Somehow the fit of them is so nice. And I think if you wear good quality basics, like that is the whole outfit. More often than not, I think a great outfit just comes from good fit. And if I'm ever wearing one of those long sleeve tops and a good pair of jeans that fit me nicely, that's it. I feel great. Like that is the whole outfit made. So I have this in the chocolate brown, the cream, the black, the white, which I think is actually called coconut. And I've also got a grey as well, which isn't here, but I've also got a grey. So once we start getting towards October, November, the cooler weather, we switch from t-shirts to long sleeve tops and some of the chunkier knits. If you're going to invest in like adding something to your wardrobe every year, a chunky knit is the place to do it, because they come out with such great ones every year and for a long time, like for a large part of the year, especially if you live in the UK. Your jumper and your coat is basically your whole outfit. So it's worth having a good stock of good jumpers. A few of my favorite staples. This is an H&M cable knit sweater vest. I love it, it's in cream, it goes with everything. It's a nice boxy fit. This is a couple of years old, but I'll see if I can find an alternative to link for you. And then I've got two kind of oversized cable knits, one in black and one in kind of like a forest hunter green, and these ones are actually Amazon Essentials men's, and they're great. Like they fit really nicely. I've now probably had them for like 3 years, but they still sell them, and they're men's Amazon Essentials, so just be wary of that when you order a size. I've got the extra large and it's slightly too big. Like I did want a big oversized jumper, but this is pushing it a little bit. I'm normally a medium and I wish I'd got a large in these for like a big oversized jumper. If you want cable knits of all different colors, I've got them a little slightly more croppy one, or I guess just one that fits more my actual size as opposed to a big oversized one. You can see the difference in how big this one is compared to this one. But I've got black, green and cream. That's all I've got. And then once you enter November, before things get festive, you want to invest in a Fair Isle. I think this Fair Isle in particular, I'll see if M&S is bringing it back this year, is the perfect transitional piece. There is something so festive and Christmassy about a Fair Isle print, but like this is clearly not a Christmas jumper. It's the loveliest combo of like light browns and caramels and deep chocolatey browns and cream. Like it's just, I love this jumper. I think it's probably my favorite one. There's just something so traditional and like comforting. I think as soon as it gets to Fair Isle jumper season, everything just feels like so much cozier. So get yourself a nice Fair Isle that's not in Christmassy colours for that transitional period. And honestly, that is pretty much my entire wardrobe apart from accessories. So let me just show you accessories super quick. Firstly, shoes. Guys, of course you need a pair of Uggs. I mean, I actually think that Uggs, because I really try and buy things that I can just wear over and over again, I think the cost per wear with Uggs is actually not that high. I mean, these ones have already got marked because there's a very specific point in time that you can wear these if you live in the UK where it rains so much, because they do just get ruined as soon as they get wet. So these are really for only cold days that aren't wet, which are kind of few and far between here, but you just love them. Like there is something so life affirming about wearing Uggs in autumn, so it has to be done. And I just think that the mini Uggs are the best ones. I'm actually debating getting some of the ones that you slip on. I don't know what those ones are called, but these ones like aren't actually as easy to get on because you still have to kind of get your foot in. But Uggs, obviously. And then some seasonal Sambas. These ones are actually gazelles. I think, to be honest, I've been wearing these all summer, you guys know, but I think these are perfect for autumn, winter, just adding like a little bit of pop of colour into your wardrobe. And I have just ordered the nicest brown pair. I think they are actually Sambas, but a brown pair of Adidas Sambas, which as soon as they arrive, I'm just going to be wearing those in every, like that's all I'm going to be wearing before we get to boots season. I'll link a couple of my favourite pairs of chunky boots, but honestly, I don't wear boots very often because they're just not as comfortable as trainers, and I will always revert to trainers and then just wear wellies if the situation calls for it because it's a long walk. But like fashion boots are not something that I reach for very frequently. So get yourself some nice staple trainers in various colours. I think you want a plain white or a cream, a brown for the season, and then maybe one with a little pop of colour. And I think either gazelles or Sambas are so comfortable that you just can't go wrong. And then definitely not necessarily autumnal, because I have been wearing this bag every single day since I bought it. But you guys have been asking me a lot where this bag is from. I try and link it in as many videos as possible, but it is from Anthropologie, the one with this lovely buckle. You can fit so much in here. I just think it's the perfect slouch. This is also a very autumnal colour, to be fair, but I think I included in, again, like last week's vlog or the one before that, I went into Anthropologie and I saw they've actually got it in loads of different colours now. It's only like one popper fastening, and then there is on the inside like a little pouch that you can secure valuables in, because it doesn't have like a proper zip closure. But it's so good because you can, this isn't just like a fashion buckle. There are like little holes along the straps, so you can wear it. You can wear it crossbody if you need to, if you want both hands, which I often do. Or you can shrink it and just have it as a shoulder bag. It's the best bag. And then the other bag that I always have in all of my vlogs is the same. I need versatility. This one, this is a little saddle bag from Mango. I think it's a little bit of a Pollen dupe, so it's great. And again, like I said, I need a bag that is versatile, that can do a lot. And so I shrink and extend this strap all the time. So I can either wear it crossbody or on my shoulder as like a little, it shrinks all the way up. I always really do feel like I'm adjusting a bridle when I do this particular one, and I don't know why, but every time I do it, I'm like, oh, I should really book a riding lesson. It is the cutest bag ever, and it holds a surprising amount. I can fit my Kindle in here, which you wouldn't think that I could, but it is one of the strongest prerequisites of me buying a bag, and this one you can fit your Kindle in, and in the other bag you can fit loads. Oh, and also answering questions on jewellery, also not necessarily a seasonal thing, but my two favourite, I'd say, items of jewellery, which is basically just earrings, because I wear the same necklace every single day. I wear the same bracelets every single day. Most of them are Monica Vinader is the necklace, and then Majuri is the bracelets, and my favourite little mid chunky hoops, and then the little pearls that I always wear in my vlogs as well. Those are also Monica Vinader. I prefer to just invest in a couple of pieces of good quality jewellery and then I just wear those. Like I literally pretty much am always wearing either these little hoops or the pearl earrings. I just wear both of those every single day on repeat. And my bracelets and my necklace, I just never take anything off, so I need it to be good quality so that it doesn't get damaged in any way. Okay, that is everything. Like I said, honestly, that is pretty much most of my wardrobe. Like, I don't feel like I have that many clothes. Sometimes I feel, I don't know, like I'm always wearing the exact same thing. Like you've seen this jumper so many times, like I'm always wearing the same things in my vlogs. I just don't really have much churn in my wardrobe. Like I don't have a lot of new stuff coming in and stuff going out very often, but I'm really happy with what I've got. And like I said at the beginning, I know what I like. So when I find what I like, I just stick to it. I hope that was helpful. Like I said, I'll link everything that I can possibly link or try and find alternatives for the things that maybe are out of stock by now. But I hope that was helpful. Autumn fashion is definitely one of my faves. It's certainly the coziest. And it's when you can play around a little bit more with layering. I also do wear a lot of button-down shirts at this time of year as well, but those are also in very basic colors and you can just layer those up as you need them. But if it's a shirt versus a cardigan, I'm gonna choose a cardigan every time. Right, I'm gonna get all of this put back in my wardrobe, and then soon we're gonna be going back to the cookies. Pray for me that the cookies are perfect. Nothing less will do on this particular occasion. Nothing less will do. I need the win. I need the win of perfect chocolate chip cookies. That's what we want. I'll see you in a bit.